Hello, amazing people. How are you guys doing today? I'm so glad to be your midst as usual. Okay, so quickly and still on the Ooniofife's palace stories coming out at this time. We are told that Olori Ashley, faces grilling test at the palace traditional court over her disrespect of Paropo. She manages to escape Gise elders' banishment hammer. Omo, this one loud, chow. I think I saw this coming, Chow. I actually saw this coming because that disrespect for our dear Paropo was really unbecoming of her. Okay, so this is the fallout of the summon by Paropo over her condescending remarks for inviting Queen Naomi and Tedenikau to his house. So this is the story we are hearing allegedly at this time, that eventually Paropo has summoned Olori Ashley, to the Ooniofife's Palace traditional court. Okay? So that is what is coming out allegedly at this time. Okay? So the court was alleged to have taken her submissions amidst profuse cries and pleas, which further infuriated members of the court, that is the adjudicators, who had to call her to order, saying she's not a first-time offender in this matter. Okay, she was reminded of recently bringing the palace to disrepute by her unguarded crown prince statement, which created tension and disaffection in and around the palace. I'm sure, I don't want to bore you guys with this story. You guys are very much aware that there was that my crown prince statement, which created a lot of confusion and pandemonium in and around the palace at that time. So I wouldn't want to go into that, but the court is referring her to that. This is not the first time she's making condescending comments. Okay, you know she was reminded that, but for the quick intervention of the Gise ruling house at that time, it could have snowballed into a more devastating situation of monumental proportions with far-reaching deep-seated collateral damages. Yes, you heard me well. If not for the Gese family that, intervened at that time to diffuse the tension that comment was supposed to create, only God knows what will have happened, because it could have even gotten to a point that when these children grow up, it will have served as some sort of bitterness, and disaffection, So Gese family sprang up at that time, and they quickly diffused the tension by asking her to publicly apologize to Queen Naomi and Tadenikao at that time. Okay, so that was done. So thank God that the Gese family, rose up to the occasion at that moment. Okay, so so KBSC also purportedly carried out uh, no, you will recall again that it was Gese elders, who mandated her to make that public apology, yeah, to Queen Naomi and Tadenika. Then, in addition to that public apology that the Gese family mandated her to make, KBSC also was purportedly said to have carried out some sacrifices on her behalf to also appease the gods, before some semblance of sanity was restored back to the palace at that time. I'm sure a lot of you can remember what really happened at that time. According to the story, Olori Ashley was said to have been repudiated and asked to prostrate 21 times. I think this is symbolic for the court. 21 times she was asked to prostrate. She is to additionally undergo two rituals. Yes, I knew this was going to come. One at the palace and the other at the sacred forest. Omo, wow, wow, wow. Well, we also gather that she cannot consummate her marriage with Kabiesi until these rites or these rituals are carried out. Wow, that means no action for the other room this time, Happy. Good for her, Sha. Good for her. So the story went further to say this ritual is the strongest possible punishment, after which comes banishment. Omo, did you hear me well? Banishment. You recall that some time ago, the Gese ruling house were able to secure a landmark judgment that empowered them to be able to banish an erring wife or erring individual, who decides to bring the palace or the Ileife custom and tradition to disrepute. At that time, they were granted the power to do that because it's like banishment wasn't in practice up to that time that a landmark judgment was given in favor of them. So will Olori Ashley be the first to to be banished? Well, your guess is as good as mine. I wouldn't know. Okay. So I guess she's going to tread cautiously with very high degree of perceptible decorum going forward. Well, if she doesn't, that's left for her. So if everything in this story we are hearing at this time is true, then she must thank God for escaping banishment because banishment is not something that anybody will want to go through, apart from the fact that it brings you to public ridicule, it brings you to uh, 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 big disgrace, shame, and everything. The likelihood of people coming back from such banishment is very unlikely. So I think really she ought to really thank her God for escaping that. Like I said before, I'm sure she's going to begin to tread softly. But seriously, if I may ask, how did we even get here in the first place? How is it possible for an Olori that is legally married to our dear Kabiyesi dare question the actions or inactions of his father? I'm still trying to understand this. You can't even dare look into the eyes of the Ooniofifewives, not to talk of disrespecting him. Then you now go further to the person who is his father. I think this is unacceptable, completely unacceptable. Okay, is that not sacrilege of some sort? I know the Yorubas. Those of you who are Yorubas listening to the sound of my voice at this time, I want you to, uh, to share your opinion on this. I don't think it is a proper thing. Even in my place, when we are married to a man, the wife reveres the husband's father a lot, even more than the husband. So I don't know what is happening here in this case. I really don't understand. And that's why I'm asking, is that not, a sacrilege of some sort? The Yoruba race is the bastion of civility, respect, and dignity to humanity. This is well known, okay? This is what the Yorubas are known and revered for globally. And that's why Olori Ashley's crime, if it is true, that is why her crime and punishment at this time, this for me should be a subject for further interrogation in future. This perhaps explain that saying, in Nigerian local parlance, in one of Nigerian local parlance, which goes this way: trouble they sleep, yanga go wake 'em. This is what you get when you refuse to leave Queen Naomi alone. I'm sure you guys are aware that all this that is happening, this escaping banishment, this ritual thing that she's purportedly going to have, all this is happening because of the fact that she has refused to remove her eyes from Queen Naomi's activities. It is because Queen Naomi was invited by Paropo that all this is happening to her. So I think it is high time for her, to completely, remove her eyes from anything that has to do with Queen Naomi for her own good. Okay. Well, since they all refuse to leave Queen Naomi alone, they must all be ready to learn the hard way. So this is what we are hearing at this time, and I think this is very interesting. Queen Naomi is just there doing her thing, living her life, trying to be happy with herself, trying to keep herself and her son happy. And a lot of people are just there trying to just drag her into things that she's not known for. And these are things that they do with consequences. And I think this is one of the consequences of such thing. I think every other Olori or any other person that is having this sort of intention going forward will think twice. If not, like I said, they will learn the hard way. So thank you for those of you who have been sharing our videos, those of you who have been liking our videos, those of you who have been subscribing most importantly. But I won't forget to say this. I have realized that those of you who watch our videos, who listen, those of you who share, those of you who are also subscribing, we have about 93% of them being women. Yes, you heard me well. Women, girls, So I just want to use the opportunity to thank every woman out there, every lady out there, every young girl, wherever you are listening to the sound of my voice at this time, who has been coming and helping to grow this channel. I want to say we appreciate you, and I'm not going to let you down. Okay, God bless you all. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.